This is some of the most exciting and exhilarating and exhausting cycling I've done anywhere on the planet. I think the best thing about cycling around Madeira is just the feeling of true adventure. It really does feel like you are exploring this Atlantic island entirely on your own. The number of tourists on Madeira has significantly dropped, like everywhere else on the planet over the course of the last 6 months. But now that Madeira has locked down its borders and it tests people on arrival, it is the perfect excuse to come to a place where there is categorically no real coronavirus. There are about 50 active cases at any one time. The fact that they are testing tourists on arrival shows you that when you get here, you are safe to move around and not worry about coronavirus in the same way we have been elsewhere around the planet. People from Madeira are really proud of their microclimates, and they say that there are 24 unique microclimates on this tiny Atlantic island. And cycling through, as opposed to being in a vehicle or in a train or in a car, well, you really get to appreciate those microclimates because you are going to these places, these small villages, these hamlets, these beaches, these forests entirely under your own steam. At one point when I'm up on high in the highlands in the centre of the island, it can feel like I'm in the northern reaches of the Arctic in vast pine forests. At others, when I'm down at sea level, it can feel like I'm on the sweltering beaches of Gran Canaria or Tenerife. And that is exactly what makes this island so special as a place to experience as not only a cyclist, but also just any tourist who's looking to get slightly off the beaten track. This should, in theory, rival places like Mallorca and the south of France as a place to go cycling, but it is extremely tough. Some of the gradients of the hills I've been going up have been somewhere in between 15 and 25 degrees, and I'm not ashamed to say that on several occasions I had to get off my bike and push that bike up the hill. The thing I really love about Madeira is that it feels off the beaten track. You can be up in the mountains, far away from other human beings, but then an hour later you find yourself in a small village with a cafe and a restaurant. You can get an espresso for 50 cents, you can get a beer for €1, and that means that it is, for me, the perfect sort of destination, because I can be up here in the mountains, I can be in the forest, I can be on a secluded, isolated beach. But then at the end of a long day, I can find a decent hotel, I can have a couple of cold beers and have some form of civilization. And for me, that is exactly what makes the perfect cycling holiday.